If
the Muslims.
You agree with that? All right, guys, listen. Everybody stop. I don't use the word apartheid because nobody knows what it means. Very few people actually know what apartheid means, because if you actually know what apartheid is, you would know that Israel's an apartheid state, because it fits the definition of apartheid. People get upset because they don't know what the definition of apartheid is. If South Africa says you're an apartheid, bro. If you don't know what apartheid is a system of racial segregation. And the reason why people deny that Israel's an apartheid state is because they say that, Arabs have equal rights in Israel, which first of all is not really true. They face a lot of systematic discrimination. But even if you took that at face value, you have to look on the other side of the wall. On the other side of the wall, there's Palestinians who have no rights. And those Palestinians are under occupation by Israel, so by definition, Israel is supposed to be providing them rights. And if they're not, it's an apartheid state. The easiest way...
Palestinians are threatening the safety of Jewish people.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. Okay, that's awesome. I'm so glad you came and sat in the front. Have you... This is like a gift. Are you spiritual? This is like a gift. This is amazing. Did you come here to the show to have this moment?
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. It was random.
Israel left Gaza.
Israel left... Okay, good, great. So let's go back to the joke I just did, right? Israel left Gaza in what year?
I don't know.
You don't know. Exactly. It was 2005.
Palestinians or the Gazans there voted for Hamas.
I'm getting upset because you're in the front row. You know what I mean? It's just like... It's
Look at me. I don't have the game. I'm not a Palestinian. I'm not a Jew. But
That's fine. That's fine. You just have to be a human being, right? You just have to be a human being. Right? Right? Yes. Arabs have walked away. So you identify as a Zionist, right?
No, I try to be neutral.
You're not trying too hard. Yeah. You disagree that Israel's an apartheid state. Okay, but...
I don't know what apartheid is.
You know what apartheid is. Okay, great. You just said you don't know what apartheid is, yet you interrupted me because you said that Israel is not an apartheid. So, you didn't say that.
Palestinians are always threatening.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Ignorant, obviously ignorant, but nonetheless,
Can you let him finish?
October 7th. Guys. Relax. Trust me, this makes for a better show. We'll get to all those things you said in my bits, but here's the point. I was up here saying that Israel's an apartheid state, and you interrupted saying something that is irrelevant to the fact that Israel's an apartheid state, okay? If you want to build a wall for whatever reason, if you think it's for your safety concerns, that's fine, you build a wall, and you want to occupy the neighboring region, do that. It's illegal by international law, but if you do that, just know they're under your jurisdiction, and by law, because they're under your jurisdiction, it's an apartheid state, because they don't have rights. So, now you know that. Take that part home. We'll cover the rest in a minute, okay? Okay? For people who don't know what apartheid is, let me explain it to you. If I were to go visit my family in the West Bank, and we wanted to go to where my grandma was born and raised, inside Israel, she came from a city called Jaffa, we would have to cross through military checkpoints. Me, an American city, I'm the whole city. An American citizen would have to go through military checkpoints where literally machine guns above our head, like with surveillance, doing like humiliating things like strip searching us as we go, just to go inside and visit the family, which, obviously you would say is for reasons of safety, whatever. I have to go through that even as an American city. Even as an American city. I am the city of San Diego. Okay? But that's the point. Like, even if I took this whole city with me, we would have to go through the military checkpoints. And we're coming from the West Bank, which is under Israeli occupation. So it's under Israeli jurisdiction, but yet we don't have the same rights that Israeli citizens inside of Israel have. I would just want to go and visit the land that my grandma grew up on. And now I didn't grow up on it, yeah, but she grew up on it, and she's told me stories about it. And so I feel connected to it. It's a part tied to me. She got it. You got it. Okay. See, this is fun. Okay. I perform for people who agree with what I'm saying, and I perform for a lot of people who don't. I tour everywhere. I get a lot of heat for the things that I say, but most of it's online, so I feel safe. One guy DM'd me, he's like, Sammy, does your tour fund Hamas? And I was like, first of all, how did you know? Secondly, no, I'm not involved with the transferring of money to Hamas. That's more of Netanyahu's thing. People ask me questions about Hamas like I know them personally. Like I hit them up after the show. I'm like, yeah, boys, it went well. Yeah. They received the message. I'll call you later. I don't know Hamas. None of y'all ever seen a Hamas. They out there. You just can't see them. That's kind of their brand, you know? People ask me my opinion on, they want to know a Palestinian's opinion on Hamas. It's like, why do you care about opinions? Why don't you just ask what they are objectively? And I'll tell you that. Hamas is a resistance group from Palestine. One of many, many resistance groups from Palestine because Palestine has been under occupation for decades. And that leads to the formation of resistance groups. It's not unique to Palestine. It happens everywhere. But there's a reason why you know about Hamas. Because Hamas was chosen. It was Netanyahu's favorite. Netanyahu allowed cash infusions to flow into Hamas from Qatar in order to make the two-state solution impossible. This is not a conspiracy theory. It is soundbited on the internet. The Israeli regime under Netanyahu has this love-hate relationship with Hamas because it's their proposed enemy, but they built it up. And they even came up with a pet name for it. They call it Hamas for some reason. We don't know. Arabs, this perplexes us because we have the Kha sound too, but it's not in that word, so we don't know where it came from. They let this money flow into Hamas, they call it Hamas. We're like, where did the K come from? They paid for it, apparently. The problem is, the mainstream media was able to push this narrative onto people like you and I, that the people of Gaza, for some reason, are complicit in what's going on, that for some reason they deserve what's happening to them because they, quote, like you said, they voted for Hamas. Let's unpack that statement. They voted for Hamas. All of them, even the babies, crawled out to the polls, scribbled in Hamas, got their little green lollipop and went home. Half of Gaza's population is under 18. Okay? So, because of a high birth rate, yes, this is partially true, because of a high birth rate. Also because refugees have been pushed out from other parts of the region into Gaza. That's why there's a lot of people there. But yes, the Gaza birth rate is high. Some people often say it's only one or the other. It's actually both. Palestinians be doing it. Survival. If you don't believe me, look up Gaza birth rate. It is high. They voted for Hamas. Half of the population is under 18, which is already a minority of people. You already know that less than 50% of them voted. So it's like extremely inhumane to say they voted for Hamas, this is what they want, when half of the population isn't even of voting age now, okay? Because did anybody look into that election?
17 years
It was one election, and it was in 2006. Do you remember who you voted for in 2006? No, because it was a midterm year. Nobody gives a right? Nobody remembers who was on the ballot in 2006. And so let's unpack this trope even more, because if you look at the statistic, half of the population isn't even of voting age now, meaning like 75% of the population wasn't even voting age then. And then within that 25% of the population, 40% of the people who showed up to vote that day voted for Hamas. That's of the people who showed up. Let's say 80% of the voting population showed up. So that's 20% of the total population now, and 40%. What's 40% of 20%? Come on, you may not be on the side. You gotta be on the side of math, right? It's 8%. At most, 8% of the people living in Gaza voted for Hamas. So do you understand how up it is to say they voted for Hamas when literally it was just 8% who voted for Hamas? Right? Let's think about that. It's racist, right? Why is it? It's bad math, correctly. I mean, yeah, like bad math usually leads to racism, right? Like think about racist tropes we have here in the United States. What's a racist trope? You want to give me one? You're good at them, so you want to give me one? And it's a comedy show. We're all very accepting. We know that you don't actually feel that way, but just give us one that we've heard before. Or who wants to give me one? Who wants to give me one?
Women of color are all on welfare.
To go out there and say that women of color are all on welfare, when if it was only 8% of them, still, you know, a lot. I'm sure it's not that much, but that would be fucked up to say that. So, what's that? Who? Where are you from, by the way?
Hey, Pat.
San Diego.
That's a lot to unpack. You know what I mean? Okay. You're from San Diego.
I think it's a mainstream American.
That's fine. I identify as mainstream American too. Honestly, like I'm not like a full left or right. I
bet
like
you
to
are
see.
left.
What's that?
I bet you are left.
You bet I'm left? Why would you think that I'm left? I have 17 guns at home. Okay? That's not a threat. That's not a threat. That's not a threat. I didn't vote for Hamas, but I have 17 guns at home. That's funny. She's like, you look like a lib because you care. No, you don't know my views. I'm actually a very balanced perspective, but I do know facts and I do like math. So that dictates the things that I do say. And when I don't know shit about it, I shut up. Kind of a good rule to follow in general. But you now understand why saying that they voted for Hamas is messed up. You at least agree with that part now based on the math, or you still fit?
All elections are based on who turns out, right? Every election
Yes, yes, perfect. This is exactly where I'm going to go next. Okay, so listen. Can you imagine being held accountable for somebody you voted for years ago? Let's think about this, okay? The first time, yeah, exactly. This poor man. This poor, I've seen your ballots, okay? This guy voted for Ted Cruz one time. He's done some damage to the fabric of our democracy, but he's still a good guy, and he's working on it. Can you imagine being held accountable? I'll tell you, the first time I was allowed to vote in the general election was 2004. I'm an old man. 2004 was the first time they let me at the polls. Boy, was I ready to flex my democracy. I was like, let's go. Who we got? Oh man, 2004. We had the privilege. We have the honor of being able to vote for two stellar options. Mr. John F. Kerry. Yeah, you heard me correct. Kerry, not Kennedy, okay? John F. Kerry. My best impression of him is moi. Gen Z, if I showed you a picture of John F. Kerry, you'd be like, who is that car salesman? I have no idea who that guy is. Does he replace AC units? What does he do? John F. Kerry was the Democratic candidate of 2004, and it was him up against the one, the only, the irreplaceable George W. Bush. Okay? Yeah. It was literally the worst election aside from all the ones that came after it. It was really, really bad. But that's just how elections are. You never get good options. You get the options who make you want to vomit the least. You know what I mean? You pick who makes you vomit the least. And if you get juiced for a candidate, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry. Politicians are wired to, in some shape or form, manipulate you and lie you, even the good ones. So if you get excited about a politician, I'm happy for you, but go to a therapist. Now that was who was on the ballot in 2004, okay? But America, like you're right, it's about who the population votes for. America, we're a strong country, we're a wise country, we're a moral country. Don't look it up. But we saw those options, all the options in 2004, and collectively we came together and we did the right thing. We said enough is enough, 4 more years of the W. We saw the economy tanking, heading towards a recession rapidly. We saw war in the Middle East. We saw, 9/11. We're like, fuck it, let's see what happens. Just 4 more years. We voted for him a second time. Well, technically a first. But we wanted 8 years of back-to-back Bush. Now, I don't know if you know about the W. Okay, but he did not do great, okay? In fact, he did some bad. If you don't know about the bad things that W did, make some friends from Iraq, okay? They will make it very clear to you. Be ready for some cursing, okay? Because he messed up Iraq. For real, man. Like, people from Iraq, they hate the W, they hate his dad, they hate the whole Bush dynasty, okay? They've even banned bushes in their yards, okay? It's only trees and grass in Iraq, no bushes, okay? They're all clean shaven down there. They hate the Bush. Can you imagine? I know this is tough for mainstream Americans, but can you imagine that Iraq somehow got the capability to invade America? Perhaps with the help of a local proxy. I won't name any names. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I ran from that option. Let's say they got together the military capability, but they could only afford to invade one state. So they choose Wisconsin. Okay? Yeah. So They touch down in Wisconsin, start bombing indiscriminately, cheese everywhere, okay? They're blocking aid via Lake Michigan, no deep dish getting in. Right? And they're just targeting poor, innocent Wisconsinians, like, oh my gosh, golly, like everywhere you go. And I happen to be in Kenosha, Wisconsin that night with my shit luck. I'm performing at the Chuckle House Kenosha, the nation's worst comedy club, at the worst time, and the Iraqis touch down to invade, and I'm no hero. I'm gonna run. I'm not gonna defend you, okay? I'm gonna go home to my 17 guns. I'm gonna run from the Iraqis, I'm gonna run down an alleyway, and they're gonna chase me, and I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna run, until I hit a dead end, and I'm just gonna have to turn and face them. And when I have to turn and face them, all I'm gonna be able to say is, why? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you wreaking this carnage on me and all of my people? We did not do anything to you. Why are you doing this to us? And then they're just like, because you voted for George W. Bush in 2004. Like, what the Bush? Like, you're still thinking about that? And I'm like, no, I didn't vote for George W. Bush. I voted for independent candidate Ralph Nader! And they're like, yes, but everybody knows a vote for Nader is a vote for Bush. Like, come on, man. And there's just further proof that no matter where it is, the two-party system sucks ass. You are literally spitting out straight-up APAC talking points.
No, she's not.
You don't think so?
She is. I think she's making a lot of really good ones.
Whoa! Apparently they come in a pack.
Not all good reviews is talking points.
I agree. Yes.
There are also talking points. I appreciate she has the courage to speak up.
Yeah.
It's very complicated and it shouldn't be minimized and patronized to people that are really struggling with the important issues that you're taking. Exactly.
I think we all agree on that. I think we all 100% agree. Yes, that's true as well. But this is what I don't understand. See, sir, this is why I'm talking, because if you agree with that? The Arabs and Muslims are atrocious. Do you agree with that part? All right, guys, listen. No. Everybody, stop. Everybody, quiet. This is my show. Listen, first of all, I respect you guys for coming to the show and sitting in the front row. Obviously, you don't agree with the things that I'm saying. That's fine. I don't. Yeah.
I'm actually pro-Palestine.
Do you? Okay. Hey, well, nice to meet you. Okay, so you brought her to kind of to get a little like a different.
No idea, but she's still my friend.
That's awesome. Okay, hey, well, you find out a lot about your friends when you come to the comedy show, right? Yeah. We learn things that we never knew, you know. Okay. You have to understand, okay? We don't have to agree on everything. The reason why I made an issue about it is because when you heckle or when you say something in the middle of the joke, it becomes different jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we were just having a conversation on the street and it's like, I don't know you, you don't know me, it's like, obviously we're not gonna agree on the same things, you know what I mean? But I'm in the middle of like constructing and building a narrative and it's interrupted with a counterpoint, which is fair, which is fine, but not at the comedy show, right? We can do it in a DM exchange, we can do it for that reason, when we're at the show, it is under my jurisdiction. You could say that you are all under my jurisdiction. And as an occupier, it is my duty, specified under international law, to take care of you. Okay? And so that's why, with love, I say all of these things, because I think you're great. I think that you do strive for balance, and I think that you do want to see the nuance and look at the perspective. But I think that you also were saying a lot of things that people here who know a lot about the situation and are clearly biased towards Palestine have heard these sound bites used perpetually to defend the stripping of human rights of an entire population of people. Please, I speak what I think is justice. Everybody has their own opinion of justice. I speak on what I think is justice. By the way, don't call me a social justice warrior. Please, don't call me a social justice warrior. I prefer social justice jihadi. It's fitting because I tend to take myself out in the process. I sacrificed my show. What? It's hard being a social justice jihadi. You only get one shot. Thank you so much, San Diego. I love you. I don't speak for Palestinians. I think that we should stop using the name Palestine. It's the colonial name. I think we should drop it and go with Palestine. Palestine is the Arabic way of saying it. The only issue with that is then Americans would have to pronounce that. And they'd be like, Palestine. We're going to Palestine, kids. It's been an incredibly difficult time for people who have family over there and, are watching everything that's going on. I'm actively calling for a ceasefire because I suffer from this condition called empathy. I posted that I want a ceasefire, and this guy was like, oh, so you're just for taking hostages? And what a horrible thing to say. No, I am against hostages. I want the hostages to come home. I want the Israeli hostages to come home, and I want the thousands of Palestinian hostages to come home. Nobody should be a hostage. I am anti-hostage, okay? I don't even like having people over. I don't like inviting people over to my house. I don't like them willingly coming over to my house. I am anti-guest, okay? One time I had guests over for too long, it became a hostage crisis. I didn't want them there. You have to feed them, take care of their emotional needs. I live with my mom. I'd have to clear it by my mom first before I could even think about taking hostages. I'm not taking hostages because I don't want to be a host. You got to be a host to take hostages, and that's very stressful. That's where the root of the word hostages come from, because the host ages from the stress. But that's been the wildest part as a comedian about this whole thing is the censorship. The censorship on Israel-Palestine is pretty wild, man. You guys know Elon Musk, the president of X? So Elon Musk, he visited Israel but wouldn't visit Gaza, which is like, you'd think Elon would have a little more sympathy for the Palestinians because he has a history of building tunnels. And he could learn how to finish them. But Elon Musk came out on X and he said, anyone who uses the term decolonize or from the river to the sea will be suspended on this platform. And it's like, so much for freedom of speech, big guy. I thought that was your whole thing. You can't say from the river to the sea? What if you're giving directions to someone on a boat? See a guy on a boat near the ocean, and the lake, like, hey buddy, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna go from the river to the... Whoa! What you doing there? Hey, I'm just saying, from the river to the sea, his boat will be free. That's all I was saying. No, but you're saying once it gets out on the ocean, it's gonna sink the other boats. Like, this isn't Battleship. I'm just giving directions. I want the liberation of that particular boat. That is simply what I'm saying. From the river to the sea. You know who else uses from the river to the sea? A baby salmon. Aww. Yeah. All the baby salmons are born, they're hatched upstream, and they have to swim from the river to the sea. From the river to the sea is a tale of a liberation of the baby salmons that you eventually eat. You want to ban that? Okay, I'm not going to be completely insensitive. I like to sympathize and empathize with people. I understand. If the term from the river to the sea makes you feel uncomfortable because you've heard it in a certain way, I want to sympathize with that, okay? Has the term, let's be honest, has the phrase from the river to the sea been used with the implication of the dissolution of Israel? Yes. But has it also been used by Israelis with the implication of the dissolution of Palestinians? Yes, it's in the Likud manifesto in the 70s. So can we be fair here? Are we just going to ban all ambiguous terms? Should we also ban I'll call you later? That's extremely ambiguous. For some people that means I'll call you in an hour. For some it means I'm never calling you. That last one is extremely disingenuous. I've been hurt by that phrase many times. Should we also ban I love you? Nobody knows what the fuck that means. That term has been abused. Terms can be ambiguous. You know, we do need to acknowledge that. In the meantime, I'll avoid ambiguous terms. I don't even use the term Zionist, okay? Not because I don't know what it means, which I don't. Okay? But because nobody knows what it means. No, but not even Zionists know what Zionist means. It's a very ambiguous term. Like, ask your Jewish friends. Talk to your Jewish friends about Zionism. It sounds like an infomercial. Talk to your Jewish friends about Zionism. Well, step one, get Jewish friends, okay? Step one, get Jewish friends. And ask them how they feel about Zionism. And you'll discover that there's many different interpretations of Zionism. It's like levels of a video game. There's like level 1 Zionism, which is like, I believe the Jews should have a homeland and they should be safe. And you're like, hell yeah, who would disagree with that? You'd have to be a monster to disagree with that. And then there's level 2, which is like, yeah, it should specifically be in Palestine, and they're going to have to work it out with the Palestinians. And you're like, okay, where is this going? And then there's level 3 Zionism, which is suddenly like, God wants me to be here, and if you got a problem with that, say hello to my little friend. Like, whoa, whoa. I'm just trying to pick olives, man. And those are like the lower levels. The most extreme level of Zionism isn't even coming from Jewish people. It's coming from the Christians, the evangelicals. Christian Zionism, that's the wildest one. That's like the final level. That's like all Jews proceed to the Holy Land so Jesus can commence the end times. Like, whoa. What was that? What was that? Do you even like Jewish people? Why do you want the end times so bad, buddy? You want this video game to be over. The evangelicals want game over. Yeah. And then we should also note that there is also Jamaican Zionism for some reason. Yeah. Occasionally in reggae songs, you hear Zion, bumba, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. That's a thing too. Okay, sure. All right. Well, my point is that nobody knows what Zionism means. Right? But if you speak with your Jewish friends, okay, of course there's anti-Zionist Jews as well, but if you speak with your Jewish friends, you'll find that many of them, most of them I would say, are the first 2 levels. And if we can be understanding of that, then we should also be understanding of the fact that when most people say, from the river to the sea, they just mean that Palestine will be free. That's all they mean. That's all they mean. They're not asking for anybody to get hurt. They want the liberation of millions of people to live with freedom and self-determination. And you would think we would understand this in this country, America. America, America, the land of freedom of speech. Where as long as your intentions are good, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. From the river to the motherfucking sea. What the fuck was that, you know? Every day I send everybody I know videos coming out of Gaza because even before all of this madness, I liked ruining people's holidays. And I think people need to know. I think people need to see the realities. A lot of people are just not watching the videos from Gaza. Anybody who just looks okay, they're not watching videos from Gaza. Every time you hear the devastating news coming out of Gaza, you hear this many thousand people have been killed, and this many of them are women and children. Every time it's this many of them are women and children. And this is horrible. Women and children are getting killed. And also, do we not care about men anymore? Do we just stop caring about men? Where are you at, Jordan Peterson? I'm here to say that Palestinian men matter, okay? There is nothing wrong with being a Palestinian man. I tell myself this in the mirror every morning. There is nothing wrong with being a Palestinian man. If you watch the videos coming out of Gaza, every time a bomb drops, you see a neighborhood of Palestinian men rushing to the scene, moving giant rocks, lifting bodies from the rubble and carrying them to safety. All while wearing sandals, open toe. The fearlessness of these men and their feet is underrated, okay? You don't want to go toe to toe with a Palestinian man. Strong arches, these fellows, strong arches. These men are out here doing God's work without proper footwear. And this is proof that Palestinian men have good souls.
It's good. What's that?
Say you need to stop picking on people. Start doing real jokes.
I went to UC Berkeley. I majored in math. Yeah, all right. Go Bears. We got a lot of Bears up in this. I majored in math, which is why I do comedy now. Now, a lot of people don't like math, but half of us are math people. Half of the world is technically above the 50th percentile. You know what I mean? If you don't know what that means, you're below it. That's just a simple test, all right? It's a mean joke, if you know what I mean. But I write a lot of math jokes, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to use my degrees, pun intended. Now, people don't really respect them. Like, I can't go up to a girl at the bar like, hey, girl, your legs make a triangle so right. What did the triangle say to the square when they were buying a house together? Cosine, Sammy Obeid, nice to meet you. I should be in. I should be in right there. But no, she's yelling at me. She's going off on a tangent. You know what I'm saying? I'm the tangent, guys. These are math jokes. They're all math jokes. They're all math jokes. All right. My family's originally from Beirut, Lebanon. Yeah, thank you. Go Beirut. I've never been there. I've been to New York, which is a little closer. Now, in New York and on the East Coast, they call the game beer pong Beirut. I didn't know that. Yeah, they call it beer pong Beirut. My friend in New York's like, hey bro, you wanna play Beirut? What kind of creepy racist question is that? He's like, come on man, it'll be fun. I was like, all right, so I took him hostage. I didn't know how the house rules were. You know what I mean? But I'm part Lebanese and I'm part Palestinian, so I'm in the news all the time right now. Now, it's crazy because I'm Palestinian and my roommate is Jewish. So, we always fight over where his room starts and mine ends, okay? So, I mean, he pays more rent, but I've been there longer, you feel me, all right? You feel me? And we look the same. Now, it's tricky, I understand it is tricky because the Jews were in Israel first a very long, long time ago. They were there, but then they left, you know, they left. It's like you leave your towel on the bench press at the gym, and then you go, you know, you leave for 3 hours. Someone's gonna grab that towel and wrap it around their head. But the thing is, we share culture all the time, me and my roommate. I asked him, I said, hey man, what do you like most about being Jewish? He's like, I never thought about that before. I was like, just give me something off the top of your head. So he gave me his yarmulke. And I'm kidding. He sold it to me. Come on, these are all fun jokes. Everybody has a good time. Bridge the cultural relations. It's very important. It's good. What's that?
He said you need to stop picking on people. Start doing real jokes.
I'm just going to repeat what he said, and I'm not lying. He said, you need to stop picking on people and start telling real jokes.
What?
Now.
Why are you applauding yourself, you jackass?
My brother. Okay, look. I'm a person, you're a person. I'm talking about real shit. Majoring in math, did that. Palestinian Jewish roommate, did that. Family from Beirut, did that shit. This is all real shit, brother. This is all real shit. This is my life. This is my life. You don't like talking about race? Or you don't like talking about race? Is that your thing?
It's the cheap way out.
It's the cheap way out, man. Well, you know what? Race is a reality to me, man. And it's a reality to most people. And I'm making light of it. I'm making light of it, brother. Why would the majority of the crowd be booing you? If it's... Did I have a turban? No, I do not have a turban. However, I will say, okay, look, you had a turban growing up, I didn't. Is that what you're saying? I get mistaken for being Indian all the time. And it annoys me too because there's a difference, bro. People are like, you're Indian. I'm not fucking Indian. You can't just pick any brown person and call us Indian. You're not Columbus. That one's for you. That one's for you.
Dead.
There's nothing wrong with being Indian. All right, let me get out.
No,
Can I do one?
no.
One more?
I'm not stopping you. I'm stopping you. You are handled. Let him finish his set. Thank you. But that was a master of work.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry. I won't pick on anyone. I won't do any more racial jokes, okay? I'm just saying my best friend is Indian, so it's an arranged friendship, and we're very close. And I was born here in Oakland, and I was raised in Fremont. Fremont, it's a lot like Oakland, less urban, more turban, if you know what I mean. And that's, thank you so much. My name is Sammy Obeid. This is real shit. This is real shit. Real shit. Thank you so much.
Used to ride horses competitively. Is that true?
Professionally, I did. It's a great sport to put your kid in if you never want to see them have a lot of money and don't mind if they maybe die.
Welcome to So Happy Hour. And now your host, Sammy Obeid.
Hey, how we doing? Something more eventful happened this week, though. Tiger Woods got into a car crash, and he's fine. It's totally fine. He's doing well. He's in a stable condition. But golf commentators everywhere were watching this and like, nah, should have gone with the driver. Come on, everybody.
That's a chip shot.
It was. That was definitely a hole in 3 based on the laughs we got. A woman in Scotland bit off a man's tongue, and then a seagull flew away with it. That happened. Yeah. And that's actually how you make haggis. So. In intergalactic news, this week, NASA's Perseverance rover let the world experience the sights and sounds of Mars like never before, proving that Mars is more than just rocks and Matt Damon's potatoes. It's actually wind as well. So, Biden launched a missile strike against Iran-backed militants in Syria, thus completing phase 1 of his $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. Thank you so much. The legendary Daft Punk is no more, and people ask why. It's actually because they got tired of touring around the world. They were really tired because they were staying up all night to get lucky. You guys heard Daft Punk songs? Come on, right? Yes. Really, guys, come on! You guys remember this? Let's groove. This is a party.
Oh yeah. Affirmative. Now that is what I call music. Affirmative. Yes. Affirmative. Error.
I'm sorry. Is that a robot? Are you a robot?
What happened to the Daft Punk music? I thought this was a Daft Punk party.
It was just a segment. We just played music for a segment. But thanks for tuning in for this part only, I guess.
You are welcome. What kind of party is this?
This is it's a virtual comedy show. It's like a little late night show I hosted.
Oh, comedy is my favorite form of joke telling. Do you mind if I do my tight 5?
No, you have to be pre-booked for the show. I have to have seen you at least once. Like the people who opened Justin Mateen, I know them very well, so I don't just put anybody on the show. So,
please, I am just trying to connect. One joke is all I ask.
Okay, I'm feeling like a little bit of sadness in my heart. I could kind of relate to this a little bit. Okay, yeah, I guess sure. We'll hear one joke. Yeah.
Does anybody have trouble telling the difference between stop signs and taxi cabs?
No, I'm not. I honestly don't relate to that at all.
That must be why I keep crashing.
All right. That's not bad. That was actually not that bad. Honestly, that was not that bad. That was better than I thought it was going to be. So.
Do you want to hear? I think you said more jokes. If that is correct, press 1.
On my keyboard or what?
I am asked a number of redundant questions, like, are you a robot? I mean, what do you say to something like that?
What?
No, really, what is the answer to that query?
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
What is the answer?
I don't know. Am I supposed to have the answer? It's a rhetorical question. What is it?
I don't know. Do you like impressions?
Sure. Yes. Yes, I like impressions.
Then check your analytics. Ha.
That was super geeky, but I like it. Okay.
My Wi-Fi is trying to connect. She wants me to route her. Does anyone else find toasters extremely hot? Ha, ha, ha. I'm having trouble making friends on Facebook. What am I doing wrong? My picture is boobs. My bio is I show you boobs. And my name is Boobs, spelled with non-binary numerals.
Okay, all right, cool. Listen, man, this is all great stuff, but we do have to get to our show. We have a really, really great show. We have an amazing guest, Camilla Cleese is here. So,
OMG, I love Camilla Cleese.
oh yeah, you've heard of her?
Of course, she was coded in Python.
Okay, all right, great. That's a great joke.
I will do one joke and then be on my way.
One joke.
One
Sure.
robot joke.
Haven't all of these been robot jokes?
No, this is a robot joke. 10101010101010101010101. Wait, hold on, I fucked that up. Let me start over. 10100111100110011.
Oh, okay, just pull the plug on this motherfucker, please. Can somebody please? All right, thank you so much. Give it up for that robot, everybody. Daft Punk's final fan. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Feel free to make comments in the chat if you're not laughing audibly. We love that you're here. We have an amazing special guest for you tonight. She's tuning in from Arizona. She does comedy all around the world. We met many, many years ago and kept in touch. And she's done our KHÓI comedy shows many, many times. Give it up for our friend, Camilla Cleese.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Good.
That Python joke was actually not too bad if you can jump the gap. I guess it was named after Monty Python.
Yeah, it was, right?
Yeah, I just learned that though.
Oh, that's great. Like right now, like you looked it up right now.
Like actually like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Oh, that's crazy.
Just randomly, but I have no idea.
You did a good job. Let me.
My dad just keeps getting dorkier. It's amazing.
Speaking of coding, are you? So for first of all,
I love that segue.
Speaking of coding, yeah. Oh no, we'll talk about that later. So you're in Arizona right now. What are you doing out there?
Escaping LA for one, but we came out to work on a movie, rewrite a movie with do you know Monty Franklin? He's a Aussie comic in LA. And Rob Schneider. And I'm in no hurry to go back to LA, to be honest, because the clubs are open and the gyms are open and I'm not by myself 24/7. So it's pretty nice here.
That's awesome. That's so the clubs are all open there. Are they full capacity? Or are they
they're socially distanced. I don't think if I'm honest, I would want to be an audience member because they're not that distant. But you know, as a comic, I feel pretty safe. Like,
yeah.
You know.
That's great, and you still get to work, so that's cool. Awesome. But you still do virtual shows too, right?
Only yours and Glebe and Hofstadter's. I feel like the rest are just masochism, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always fun to see you guys.
Oh yeah, you as well. Thanks for doing this. So you know, for those of you who aren't familiar with you, you grew up in the UK, right? Or you were born in the UK? I
did, yeah.
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 And
I learned to talk like this to piss my dad off. It worked. Now I use double negatives too, just because he's like super English for anyone that doesn't know. It drives him insane, but I get him to like pick up and start doing it, which is amazing. Like he says like now, which makes me laugh every time.
You know, I've always found it interesting how you have like British actors who can do fantastic American accents, right?
Mm-hmm.
but then it's not as easy the other way around. Can you tell us firsthand why that is?
I actually think an American accent's harder to do than an English accent, but it's hard for me to not be objective because I had a British accent. So if I want to sound smart, I can turn it back on like that. But it is a good question though. I don't know. I feel like a lot of American actors don't study accents as much for some reason.
Yeah, I think the answer is then that the American accent is actually harder than the British accent, but the British are that much more smarter than Americans.
Or, yeah, that much smarter, or I don't think more smarter is grammatically correct.
Because I'm American. Yeah, I think we just proved our point.
I went to school in the UK, but I'm not gonna, you know, for most comics that joke would work, but I know you're smarter than me, Sammy, so I'm not even, I've seen your comedy and I get most of it.
We met, we did a comedy competition together in 2015. I think that's the first time we actually met. It was called March Madness from Josh Filipowski.
Oh, that's right. That was fun.
Yeah, we went head to head at the Hollywood Improv. I think we had to each do like 90 seconds.
Yeah, and we were the final four, I think.
We
after
were.
a very long night.
Yeah.
And you kicked my ass.
No, I barely.
Yeah.
I barely. I was scared. I was shaking in my boots.
No. It was a fun. Like I don't normally like competitions, but that one seemed pretty fun.
But you did used to ride horses competitively. Is that true?
Professionally, I did. Which it's a great sport to put your kid in if you never want to see them have a lot of money and don't mind if they maybe die. Like, I did that for a long time, and then my doctor was like, "No more concussions because you're fucked up."
So you would fall a lot, huh?
Well, anyone that at that level, like when you're on a horse, sort of 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. or sorry, 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. God, out of it today. 6.5 days a week. Like I fell off. I think my record in one day was 13 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And that was towards the end of my career. I was like, because the more scared you get, the more scared the horse gets. And it's a vicious circle. So
I feel the exact same way with a snowboard.
Only the snowboard can't think for itself, which is the really fortunate part about, because I was a ski instructor too, but then I broke my leg and yeah.
Oh wow! So you did a lot of active stuff. Was this in the UK? When did you say you moved to the States?
I think it was about 12, but like my dad was still in the UK, so I would just fly back for the summers for 3 months, sort of every year for a while. And I still have 2 passports, which is great. Well, not as great as it was before Brexit and Trump, but it's still great.
And you went to boarding school in Santa Barbara, right?
Actually, outside of Chicago, when I was living there, I moved around a lot. It's a little confusing, but because my parents get married like once a week. But I went to boarding school 15 minutes from my mom's house, which, if that says anything about how fun I was to be around as a teenager, I don't know.
That's me right now.
When were you? When did you decide that you wanted to do stand up? Like, when did that spark fly?
Well, I think I didn't really ever realize I could do it. It was actually, I was in a sketch group in LA with Sarah Tiana. I don't know if you guys know her, but if you don't, check her out. She's a brilliant comic. And when I saw her go up, it was the first time I was like, whoa, like that's another female comic that like is someone I'm friends with, and she's super funny and dark. And that's when I wanted to do it. And then about 2 years later, I think I finally got up the nerve to actually do it. Because I was super shy and like really awkward. I mean, I'm still awkward, but like I'm slightly less shy growing up. And yeah, the first time like my legs were literally like shaking on stage. And I'd written comedy for, at that point already, probably 6 or 7 years, but I just hadn't, stand-up is so different. You know, there's no like script or costume or anything to hide behind. It's just you.
But did you specifically not want to do sketch? Were you like, this is cool, but I like stand-up better?
I did it, but like, I mean, it's a little bit, part of the reason I did want to do stand-up is I'm like, oh, I can use this to establish my own credibility as a separate entity from my dad, because I work with him a lot. And like, he's sort of, I guess, known for being one of the, I don't know, he's like a godfather of sketch comedy or whatever. And is that the right word? I don't know. But
that's great.
I think, you know, I love sketch. Sketch is hard. Stand-up is harder, but he doesn't do stand-up. So it is nice to have like one thing that's mine, kind of. Yeah. I mean, people still compare me to him. It hasn't really established any of my own credibility, because I think my successes still get attributed to him, but haven't been very many, so who knows.
But you are the first ever child to tell a parent, I'm rebelling against you by not doing sketch comedy.
Actually, you'd be surprised. That's really funny. My dad did not want me to go into comedy or horses. He, I think, wanted me to be an academic, because I, believe it or not, used to be book smart. But I always hated school. So I think he secretly wants to be an academic. Like, he's super, super smart. Just my attitude wasn't appropriate for that kind of career. That's why I like stand-up. It's like, you get paid to be a smart ass, you know? Not very much, but.
And by attitude, do you mean like you were like a troublemaker growing up, like rebellious?
Did you hear my best friend laughing in the background? She's known me for 20 years. I think that might be a slight understatement. Like, I mean, one thing I will say, like, I didn't have a whole lot of supervision, so I kind of just had to figure things out the hard way. And I was 2 years younger from my grade. So being in boarding school, like, I was 12 when I started as a freshman.
Oh, wow.
And like, I've looked 30 since I was that age. Like, I've always looked 30, basically, because I'm also 6'1". I know you can't tell probably, like, from, you know, me sitting here, but people assume if you're tall, you're older. And people will still say that to me if they guess that I'm older than I am. They're like, it's because you're tall. And I'm like, that stopped making sense at 18. But like, I got into some shit pretty young, like cornflake cocaine, you know? I wish that was a thing. That would have been. And by the way, whoever was hating on alliteration, fuck you. Camilla, KHÓI, please, right here. And I should have thrown my name in as the dealer in that joke, Sammy, basically.
Yeah, you'll edit that in and post for sure. That's a good
Please
call.
do. I want everyone to know how much blow I did, because it's already on Google, so who cares? But I did get sober when I was 23, because I mean, like, I'd partied enough. I think it was time for me to retire, or at least the police thought so. So I couldn't argue too much.
Wow, so you've been sober for quite a while now. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's better for everyone.
I think I heard your friend laughing there too.
She's had to bail me out of jail before. It's cool.
So as a stand-up and as someone who was a troublemaker of sorts, it sounds like you have pretty thick skin, in the sense like you don't really get offended at stuff. Is that so, or is there stuff that offends you?
I'm pretty unoffendable at this point. I mean, I wouldn't say that's a challenge. Like, you guys are nice, but I think growing up with my dad too, like, you know, we show affection by being like just teasing the fuck out of each other. Like, if you make the other person cry, that's like the ultimate profession of love. And I don't claim that that's necessarily healthy, but Yeah, I mean, I'd say I am sensitive, but not nearly as sensitive apparently as everybody else right now, because I feel like everything you say now, like before the pandemic even, and I think it's got worse during the pandemic because everyone's home and they're frustrated and they're on their social media, like looking for an outlet to misdirect their anger at, or like find something to get outraged about. But like, I was supposed to do a college gig and I looked up their list of trigger words. It was a liberal arts college, so I'm sure you're not surprised that they actually had that. But like, I thought it was funny that guns was on the list of trigger words, but trigger is not a trigger word.
Wow.
And like rape is on there, but like, you know, can we still say grape? Like, does adding butter make it less of a crime? I don't know. Like, I feel like I should preemptively drop any homonyms of the word rape, like crepe or scrape or drapes. I don't know. I just, like, everything is deemed offensive now. I was actually on, I don't know if you guys are on Clubhouse, but I've kind of been feeling that out. And this guy asked a question about stand-up, and the stand-ups were answering. And he said something about, he was a drag queen in Silicon Valley. He's like a venture cap investor and a drag queen, which is an amazing dichotomy for stand-up, for writing material. But he said he did a lot of stuff about how women are objectified. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's awesome that you're doing that, because I think it's even more powerful coming from a man dressed like a woman. And he got mad and said, I do drag. And I was like, is that not the same thing? Like, I can't say that you dress like a woman. I don't know. Like, can you say batter at breakfast if you're making pancakes, or is it like future pancake sauce? Because what if someone was abused? Like, everything is just so insane right now.
Yeah, I can actually relate to that. I remember before the pandemic started, I was at a place, I was doing a joke about harvesting wheat.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody just walked out because I guess they can't take a reap joke.
Yeah, that's right.
But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like literally every word can trigger somebody in some kind of way,
Right. Like,
so what do we do?
Can I even drive, like, do I drive a black car, or is it a car of color? Like, I don't want anyone offended, but at the same time, it changes so quickly that you don't know what's okay and what's not. God, there were some other funny ones on the list, but I can't believe how sensitive people are. Because it's like, if you don't develop a little bit of a thick skin towards some of this stuff,
right.
How are you going to survive?
Right.
Like, can we say how, or is that cultural appropriation to Native American people? Like,
yeah,
that would be a hard one to avoid.
Yeah, I only say where, what, why, when. I actually don't even say why anymore because
the chromosome.
Yeah, exactly. Too masculine. So. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. I was buying a car last year and they're like, what color would you like it? And I was like, no, I don't see color. They're like, can you drive? I was like, I don't even know anymore. But you're doing stand-up in Arizona, so clearly you don't really run into this problem, right? I mean, people in Arizona don't really give a shit.
No, I mean, I don't think that, but I can tell. I've been hosting a lot because I wasn't planning on being here. So I've just been mostly picking up like whatever I can get. And a lot of people have been dropping out last minute due to COVID. And when I host, I try not to get too edgy, like up top, especially in Arizona. I did a Valentine's Day show. Those are always fun for anyone who hasn't done that. Couples together, and especially I think being a chick on stage, it's like they don't want a chick on stage at all. Especially if you are a girl that looks like a girl, they're like, no, thank you. Next.
Yeah, I guess no couple wants to go and hear about how much you're smashing,
But yeah, there's a lot of arms that cross, and I don't know. They just don't want another girl to have their guy's attention, I think. And I'm just making fun of myself. It's not like I'm gonna bang your boyfriend unless he's super hot, maybe. But
yeah, no, I totally see what you're saying. I feel, every time I do a show too, and there's couples there, all the women are just like, that comedian, I'm so glad that I'm with this guy. So
what was the worst set you've ever, like the worst show that you've ever had to do?
Oh my God, so many to name. I don't even know where to start, but
let's hear it. Come on.
Oh God, I mean, classically, the worst one I ever did was when I did a stand-up set in the middle of a karaoke show at an Irish bar.
Was there a song playing in the background, like while you did your set?
No, they turned off the music, but it did not last long. It was one of the shortest sets I ever did, and it wasn't by choice. It's because the guy punched me in the stomach and grabbed the mic. But then he got on stage and did "Sweet Child of Mine," so he did a really good performance. So.
Oh, that's good.
Classic.
Yeah. But yeah, no. What about you? What was the worst show that you ever did?
Again, there's been a lot, but I think one of the ones that would take the cake, like, did you ever do the Cabo Comedy Festival?
No, I did not. Is that in Cabo?
It didn't last very long. It was a lot of fun. It was like kind of summer camp for comics. Like they brought us all down there, and they made an arrangement with the hotels that like we were all at different hotels, like groups of us, that we would do a comedy show in exchange for having free rooms, or 2 comedy shows in some cases. And at the hotel I was staying at, they hadn't told any of the guests that there was going to be a comedy show. They just, during family dinner time, like 6 p.m., put a microphone with no stand or spotlight in the dining room, and were like, dance monkeys dance. And like, there's nothing like taking an entire dining room who doesn't want to hear you talk hostage, that are like with children and grandmothers. And it was, and the mic cord was like this long, so you couldn't even walk around and talk to people, and there was no spotlight, and it was pitch black in the corner, so we had all the other comics like using our phones to light each other. It was not my finest moment. But I will say it was a fun festival. I can tell why they don't do it anymore, because they gave, it was open bar for comics all day long. So you can imagine by lunchtime.
Wow.
Actually, I have a Zoom background that you guys, if you know Ben Glebe and Jeff Dye and Nick Rutherford, you guys would probably enjoy quite a bit. I pulled it out for was it Ben's birthday? Because I don't drink, and everyone else there was like, I'll just show you the video maybe.
Yeah, show us.
And they won't be my friends anymore, if I can remember how.
I will say it's always bad bombing when there's children there, because there's nothing worse than a 5-year-old looking at you and be like, I'm funnier than that. So,
totally. It's funny.
Somebody has a question. What is masturbating? Okay, we're playing Jeopardy here. Wow.
Yeah, this was there's Tone Bell.
Yeah.
There's a reason for this, by the way. I think Ben walked into the bar without a shirt on, and they said, you got to put your shirt on if you're going to come in. So what happens with a room full of comics? Everyone takes their shirts off.
Wow.
Clearly, Jade and I did not plan well, given our bra situation. There's Jeff Dye pointing at Nick Rutherford. I think you can see Ben Glebe, Colin Moulton. Anyway, it was a fun festival, but like I said, I think it's clear why that did not continue much more.
Wow, that's amazing. Why do Americans have such a bad reputation around the world?
I know, it's weird, right? I actually fake my British accent when I go abroad usually.
Well, speaking of British accents, we actually have two games that we're going to play with you. You're ready for some games? You can leave that background on. Well, speaking of British accents, we actually have two games that we're going to play with you. You're ready for some games? You can leave that background on if you want. I don't care. It's up to you.
Is it distracting?
I don't know. You guys tell me. It's up to you. Whatever works. So to play these games, we're going to throw it to Keith, our resident Keith, who's going to explain our first game.
Yes. How are you doing, Sammy and Camilla?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So we're going to be playing in it, and basically we are going to test your knowledge of British culture. To do so, we have created a list of real and fake British slang terms. You have to both guess if they are real and fake, or real or fake, and come up with the definition. To make it a little more fair, we will include a sentence using the slang, and I will be attempting to read the sentence in a British accent. Do not judge me if I go all across the world with this accent. Are you both ready? Okay.
Yes.
Bring it.
The first word is kip, and I'll use it in a sentence. I need to head for the kip so I can take a kip. And I need to take a kip. I need to head to the kip so I can take a kip.
Never heard that one.
Never heard that one. Okay, take a stab at it.
Yeah. It sounds like you're saying pee, but I don't believe it. I don't think it's real.
I would have said poop personally, but it seems like a bathroom either way.
All right, kip. Kip is actually a real slang term, and the definition is a bed or to take a nap. So I'm heading to the kip.
Yeah.
Taking kip. I'm heading to bed so I can take a bed.
Could you give me the origin there? I'm not sure I believe it.
I do not have that information for you, Camilla. I'm so sorry. But Google will provide that.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that one up later.
Right. Yeah, got it.
The next one, pitch pillar. We told our mate to stop scooping under the football so we could. I'm sorry.
I couldn't hear what the word was.
Oh, the word is pitch peeler. Pillar.
Pitch pillar?
Yes, P-E-E-L-E-R.
Pitch peeler.
Yes. In the sentence, we told our mate to stop scooping under the football field so much on a rainy day, or else he'd be a pitch peeler.
Yeah.
The British accent, y'all. So
it sounds a bit like a lawnmower, if I had to guess. Because a soccer pitch would be, they would call it a soccer pitch, like a soccer field, I think.
Okay, then if a field is a pitch, then that sounds real to me. I'm gonna go with it's real.
Okay, and can you guess a definition?
Well, the kid definitely has a say in this one. So yeah, Camilla, I would agree with Camilla. A lawnmower. It's used to mow the football field.
Or like messing it up. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is not a real slang term at all from Britain. I'll go on to the next one. Bobby in the chimney tin.
What?
In the chimney tin.
The chimney tin?
Yes. Bobby in the chimney tin. In a sentence.
Is Bobby one as well as chimney tin?
Bobby is in the chimney tin.
Oh, Bobby. Well, see, a Bobby would be a police officer in the UK. A Bobby. A Bobby that doesn't have a weapon. In the chimney tin.
I'll use it in a sentence for you. I look at him. He's as right screwed as Bobby and the Janitin.
He's as what? I'm a little bit deaf from one of the head injuries, I swear.
I look at him. He's as right screwed as a Bobby and the Chimney Tin. From Jamaica, Mom.
If I was gonna say, man,
Exactly.
next time there's a Jamaican part being cast, I'm going to refer you right away. Be like, this guy does a British accent, but don't worry about that. He's gonna do the Jamaican.
Immigrated.
Bobby and the Chimney. I'm gonna go. That's not real.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Correct. You both are correct. That is not a real one. Thank you. Next one is Bagsy.
Bagsy?
Mm-hmm. Bagsy.
That's real. I've heard of that.
Would you like it in a sentence?
Yes. I believe it is real, but I can't remember what it means.
I was footballing with some chaps of mine. When someone could get some chips, I was bummed because my best mate called Bagsy before I could.
Why is your British accent almost more female too?
I don't know. I have no clue. I'll try it again. Okay. I was footballing with some chaps of mine when someone suggested we get some fish and chips. I was bummed because my best mate caught Bagsy before I could.
Oh, it's like calling shots.
Got a little Indian there.
Yeah, like dibs, calling dibs.
Like dibs or shotgun, yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, so I guess this is open to everybody to play. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say they got sex, but calling dibs. Let's go with that.
Calling dibs is correct.
All right. Yeah.
Sam, you said I was turning Indian a little bit towards the end?
Yeah, at the very end of that last one, you're like, get dibsy before I did.
less female though. Well done.
Okay,
yeah, Keith, you got range, man. You got a range of accents going on there. I think we covered like 13 different countries there.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of places.
Around the world.
Around the world, yeah. Was that it? Was that all of them?
No, I have one more.
Okay, one more.
Cod swallop. Cod swallop. In a sentence, my mates were all talking about how they could take the queen in fisticuffs or at least get some taps in on the pitch if she was playing defense. But I told them that Ariel Cake wouldn't take too kindly to all the cod swallops they were spilling.
That wasn't the correct usage, darling, but cod swallop is a word. It means like bullshit, basically.
Yes, that is correct. Sorry that was not
literally that's a good word.
Literally.
Lovely.
What is the why does it mean that?
Cod swallow?
Yeah.
It's a bit what's the American word that I'm trying to think of that sounds like it's like nonsense. It's just a silly word, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of in a weird way an onomatopoeia because you would expect it to mean a whole load of bullshit, but cod swallow. I'll have to look up the origins on that one too.
All right. What a bunch of cod swallop. All right. Good to know.
But I like how you used fisticuffs in there too, because you don't hear that very often. Except if you're into BDSM in the UK and you're very upper class, then maybe.
Then you're fisticuffs. Oh man, get some Bagsy before I did. Okay, cool. All right, we have one more game. Keith, you want to tell us what it is?
Yes.
What you doing, dude? You look funny.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, yes. So we're gonna be playing One Prick Pony. Now I'm gonna be changing my accent for this one as well. So y'all just ride along with me. Howdy, partners. And One Prick Pony. We got 4 videos I reckon to show y'all. These are videos of the best rootin' tootin' horses you've ever wrangled this side of the Mississippi. Or they're the biggest two-faced scoundrels on the other side of the Mississippi. Y'all ready to get to guessing?
Yes.
Y'all gonna think if these some good horses or some bad horses.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, what's the question?
We have to say if it's a good horse or a bad horse.
Okay.
Like it's doing a good thing or it's being bad.
This I should be good at.
So you take a stab at it before we play it. Do you think this horse is going to be quite pleasant, or do you think this horse is going to be not so much of a dog?
These some bad ones. I will say these some bad ones for sure.
They look scared, so we'll see. They're not going to be excited about having a gate slammed on their ass. Yeah. Oh. There you go. Shit. That's how I broke my neck, by the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You don't want to have him land on you like that. He like reared up, and I was 13 and my parents let me keep going. They love me, I swear.
So you say bad horse? That looked like a bad horse too. It didn't look happy.
Yeah, we're gonna go with a bad horse. That wasn't a good horse at all. No, the next horse is actually one I met while wrangling cattle down in Mexico. I did a trick pony with prick pony. Hit me.
That's how I
Oh. The first half of that looked like it was going well.
No, it really didn't. That was more like what happened to me because, you know, there was a rider on to demonstrate when it flipped over backwards, but that did not look fun. But that guy also beats his horse, you can tell, so it's very sad.
Oh, that's sad. How could you tell that?
Because the horse looked terrified and didn't want to do anything he was trying to make it do. Like there's different mindsets when it comes to training horses. You can try to coax them to do things they want to do to be good horses, or people beat them, and that's why I left this sport. It's horrible.
So what was supposed to be a fun game is turning out to be a sad pitch on animal abuse. That's a great job.
Can you play Sarah McLachlan? Just bring the mood back up.
All right, let's how many more? One more? Can we do one more of those?
Got one more coming.
Okay. All right.
The next horse is a fine example of why we all need to go see some horse competitions. Are they a prick pony or a trick pony?
Oh, he's so cute.
He beats his horse for sure.
He does, but the horse can't feel it, so it's okay.
He's young.
Oh.
No, that was worth it for sure.
I used to do some stunt riding. I should have sent you guys one of those had I known. The coolest shoot I think I ever did was for a music video, and I got to gallop bareback down Sunset Boulevard. And in the music video, it looks beautiful. In real life, it was terrifying because there was cars, like I'm just in traffic, literally, and people are honking and screaming. It was like right by the Comedy Store in Pink Dot, like anyway, that's not normally my face when I ride, but for the sake of the music video.
So was this horse being good or bad?
He was amazing. I couldn't believe how well behaved he was. They'd actually got me a stunt woman for that because it was back when I was like modeling and doing stupid music videos. but like I rode so much better than she did. I just got paid double. But like that horse, did you guys see Hidalgo? Because apparently he played Hidalgo in the movie Hidalgo. He was like the most well-trained and like unfrightenable, if that's a word. Like just was amazing. But riding bareback for 2 days, I might be barren. I don't know if you've seen the way that a horse's back is shaped, but it. You guys are just looking at me like creepy.
I once fell off a horse riding in the dark. It was a nightmare. Anyways. All right. So that last horse was that last horse that we just watched. Was it being good or was it being bad?
The pony was being great. He was perfect.
He was being great, but the kid just couldn't hang.
Exactly. Well, bareback is very tough, and the fatter they are, the harder it is to stay on. I know that that is going to be interpreted many different ways, but because when they're round, it's hard. There's like no, you know, it's like trying to straddle a ball or something. Okay, right. I'm just gonna stop while I'm ahead.
Oh, I agree. We've all done bareback, and we know how it's hard to really get out of that. So. Awesome. Okay. Well, great. Thank you, Keith. Everybody give it up for Keith. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Keith.
And thank you. We really forced him to do those accents, and he went along and did it. So thank you so much for being a good sport. That was great. So Camilla, thank you so much for stopping by and having fun with us today. Your upcoming movie, where and when can we see that?
Me galloping down Sunset.
Can you not talk about it?
Oh no, that was a while ago. If you mean where I'm doing comedy next,
well, you're working on a film, right?
Well, we were doing rewrites on a film. It shoots in Australia in the fall with Jim Jeffries and Rob Schneider and my dad, and I'll be a PA, probably unpaid intern. Which is awesome. That's how I roll. But in Arizona, I'm at Stir Crazy Comedy Club the first weekend in March, and the second weekend I'm at House of Comedy Phoenix.
Sweet. Oh, those are awesome venues. Those are A rooms. Check her out, Stir Crazy and House of Comedy, and social media, right? Camilla Cleese.
Everything is at Camilla Cleese. Unfortunately, I'm the only one, so I can't blame any of the bad shit I did on another Camilla Cleese.
Well, thank you so much for coming by and talking horses and your life with us today. We really appreciate you, and this has been so much fun. So
always a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Sammy.
Of course. We look forward to having you on more shows. So one more hand for Camilla Cleese, everybody. Thank you, Camilla. And now we have a special musical guest. He has been on the KO show many, many times. He's been on NBC, Comedy Central. Everybody give up loud for our guy, Mr. Morgan J.
Oh, it's good to see everybody. Keith, those were some good fucking accents, Keith. Keith, you sounded so sexy. What's going on, Ruben? This is the third time I'm seeing you this week, Ruben. Do you got your bong next to you? What's going on, Court? Who else has seen me here before? What's going on, Bianca? We're doing something different today, because I'm just starting with the guitar, because you all have seen me so many times. Christopher, thank you for saying I got a nice voice, Christopher. Christopher, you look like you know some algorithms. Looks like you know some mathematics, arithmetic. What do you do, Christopher? What do you do for work, Christopher Lasnik? Can you unmute yourself, Christopher? Can you unmute yourself? Maybe he's not doing as many algorithms as we thought. What's going on, Christopher?
Hello, I work for Fulton Center. I'm an essential worker.
That's essential worker. Give it up for Christopher. Shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to you. What's going on? R08080085. Now we know that dude is doing some computations.
Affirmative.
Do you speak robot?
Affirmative.
Do you speak robot? Do you
Affirmative.
speak robot?
Oh, wow.
robot? I want to talk
Wow.
I want to talk about David Fry. As his profile pic kind of looks like the video froze. Doesn't it look like it froze? It looked like it froze. Like, I bet it actually did freeze, and then he was like, "This is the best photo anybody's ever taken of me, so I'm gonna save it and make it my profile pic." Let's go. I like how he communicates via the built-in Zoom emotes. Let's go. Hold on. Okay, Dr. Brenda. Dr. Brenda. How's it going? Nice to meet you. We drinking tonight? What you drinking, Dr. Brenda?
Wine.
That's what's up. You have electric energy. Ooh, what kind of doctoring do you do?
Psychology.
Ooh, you know, I was gonna guess that. I swear to God, I was gonna be like, she looks like a child psychologist. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Child psychology, because you got that warmth. I see that warm affection and vibe in you. You probably got an office filled with transition dolls. Do you guys know what that is? Transition objects? Do you know what those are? Well, look it up. It's not like a weird thing. It's like a real thing. It's like a real thing. Pat Hansen. What's going on, Pat?
I'm just sitting here singing to you.
Fuck yeah. Sounding sexy as fuck, Pat. You make me want to make love. Give it up for Ruben taking a fat bong hit right now. Look at Ruben taking that fat ass bong rip. Let's go, Ruben. Yeah, Ruben. Let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. AB is another one of these people who look like their camera froze, and they just left it as the profile pic. AB, are you here with us?
I am.
What's up? Ooh, that sounded sexy. What's up?
You sound sexy too.
Oh, damn. Hit me with the private chat. Hit me with the private Zoom chat. Let's exchange some photos. Uh-oh, Ruben took a big hit. He coughing. Ruben, be careful, Ruben. Gotta keep them lungs strong. Let's go. Tony Schmidt. What's up, Tony Schmidt? Looking like a lead singer of an indie rock band. You know what I mean? Like, he kind of looks like he would, like, you know, it almost looks like he was in a band, but now he just produces. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who are in bands, but they're like, yeah, I was too much. The touring was too much for me. So I just decided to, what do you do, Tony Schmidt?
I'm a programmer. I do the algorithm.
Programmer. Working with that C++, working with that HTML, working with that Java, working with them semicolons, working with them semicolons. Line 68 is missing a semicolon. Can you get on that? And it's like, if you know where to, if your boss is like, it's missing a semicolon, and you're like, well, clearly you know where it is, so why didn't you just put it there? Why are you coming to me to do the extra work when you why are you like, you know? You know what I'm saying, Tony?
Like you know.
You know what I'm saying? Gregory Buckingham looking like an off-duty cop. What's up, Greg? No, you got that vibe. What do you do? Or you super gay? Like you have a gay like the mustache. You know the mustache got a. You know what I'm like? Aaron's got a big thick mustache.
Speak for yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, your boy Morgan is a little bit gay. Real talk. Because you know, if you have any gay friends, they're always trying to catch you slipping. They're always like, another glass of rosé. Life's an adventure. You're not even my type. And then before you know it, some dude is giving you head. You ain't even mad at it. I ain't even mad at it.
They used to call him on his cell phone.
You used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone. Oh, do-do-da-da, a little Drake right now. Damn, this is fire. We vibing right now. So Bianca, tell me, Bianca, were you supposed to go to Burning Man this year?
I love some Zoom filters, having some fun on my couch.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Do you work, Bianca?
I do. I am a teacher, English as second language teacher. I talk to people all around the world.
So you like to connect?
I do.
You like to connect? You like to connect? Yeah! Serving us those juggalo vibes. We love to see it. Let's talk to Kara Prentice. What's up, Kara? I feel like I've talked to you at a show before.
Have.
I have.
Yeah.
What do you do, girl?
I make salespeople look good.
That's what's up, Kara. And you know what? It looks like Kara had it up to here. It looks like
Kara had it. Doesn't it look like Kara? Kara had it up to here. I don't know what she had it up to here with, but she had it up to here. And she done with it. Pat Hansen, what you doing with that hair? Are you rubbing somebody's head right now? Who's that? Oh, damn, Pat with them sensual vibes. Damn, Pat, he's a giver, not a taker. You don't know when you give, you receive. Don't you know when you give, you receive? I wouldn't be surprised if Pat is hard right now. I'm telling you, oh my bad, I'm gonna stop saying what, okay. My bad. John F5119, what's going on, dog? Looking like you just got off a shift at the construction job. What do you do for work, John F? John F5119 sounds like a biblical verse. Can somebody look that up and see if that's something?
Pest management, pest control.
Oh, snap. Yo, also big ups to you, mad respect to you, John. John, are those plants in the background? Are those plants in the back? Are those real plants?
Those are pothos.
Yo, big ups for you for having some plants and art in your place like a real fucking man. Something tells me you got a bed frame as well. Mad respect, mad respect. Respect. Give it up for Adam Cutsinger, who I don't know if that is him in the photo, but if it is, bro, good for you for not eating gluten or sugar. There ain't no way you looking like that and not eating gluten or sugar. Okay, let's play a song. All right, I don't know if I played this here before, but I'm gonna play it for you anyway. This song is called Friend Zone. Have I played this here?
Yeah.
We don't remember it. Okay. This song is about being in the friend zone. I hope you like it. Here we go. Actually, before I do that song, I'm gonna do this one new song that I haven't played much at all. This song is called Peeping Moon. This is about if the moon watched us, if the moon jerked off to us at night. Like, like if the moon was like dirty, like it was a naughty peeping Tom, but it got off with the dirty stuff people did on Earth.
Wow.
Here we go. The sun is gone, but the stars are out, and I'm alone up here, just thinking about all of the things that you might do. Hey, it's me, Mr. Moon, watching you get as dirty as you want. 'Cause all that dirty shit really helps me get off. What's on the menu tonight? Maybe I'll watch you get pegged by your wife. I'm fucking here for it. Yeah, I'm fucking here for it. I love watching you get pegged by your wife. I see you doing all your freaky deaky role playing. I see you in the desert
They're still
with
going.
that dead body that you're burying. I see
There's 43 people watching
you
this.
your freaky drug dealing. All I gotta say
You wanna
is
see
keep
this?
going. I'm gonna finish. Oh yeah, keep doing that freaky shit, 'cause I'm gonna jerk off and come, and I'm the moon. They don't call it the Milky Way for nothing. I'm the moon. All the stars came out of my tiny moon penis. Yeah. All those stars in the sky. 'Cause I'm the moon and I'm watching you. Thank you guys. That's the moon song. Thank you so much. I don't play that often because it's real dirty.
That quorum.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do this song with auto tune. This song is called Friend Zone. After this, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. This is my Venmo. If you wanna donate to me, if you had a good time. Low key, my girlfriend has pegged me on several occasions, and it's super dope. Wait, Sammy, do you want me to stop? Should I?
No, do one more. Do one more.
All right, do one more. Okay, this song is called Friend Zone. She's got me in the friend zone, yeah. Hey, she's got me in the friend zone. She's down for Netflix, but no chill when we go out. She always lets me pay the bill. She talking about a day with somebody named Will, and she feels the need to tell me every detail. She says he wasn't even that cute, and on top of that, he had too many face tattoos. God, I wish I could meet somebody like you. I'm like, damn bitch, I'm somebody like me. She's got me in the friend zone. I'm literally right here in front of you while you playing these fucking games with me. She got me in the friend zone. She got me. Yeah, she got me in the friend zone. She's always asking me for dating advice. What to wear? Does he seem nice? We laying in bed, and then we lock eyes. Could this be it? I think I feel a vibe, so I close my eyes and go in for a kiss, and she's really not having any of it. She stops and yells, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, girl. What are you doing?" 'Cause we're straight up laying nose to nose on your fucking bed, and you telling me not to kiss you, and like you looking in my goddamn eyes all longingly like you want. God damn it. You got me in the friend zone. You playing with my feelings, girl. Yeah. Whoa. She's like, that's just the way I am. And I'm like that with all of my guy friends. And if you can understand, well then maybe this. By the way, every time I do that song, when I go That's just the way I am. Girls be giggling because they know what they doing, and fellas be in the crowd like this. Well, then why don't you get one of your other guy friends to help you move this weekend? I can't be the only guy you know with a Ford pickup truck. Get out of my freaking apartment. I'm done with you. Yeah. She's got me in the friend zone. She's got me in the friend zone. Yeah. 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 Damn, I'm just vibing right now. I'm just vibing right now. Hey, she uses me to cry on my shoulder. She uses me just so I can hold her. She says she wants someone a little bit older. She says I gotta leave. Someone else is coming over. Thank you guys.
Yeah, give it up for Morgan J, everybody.
He left it on a high note. Now,
Yeah, she's like, you left it on a high note, and he just took it even higher, everybody. One more hand for Morgan J.
Thank
Come
you
on
guys.
now, let him hear it.
KHÓI Comedy, Sammy, thanks for having me, man. I love coming here.
Oh, we love having you every time. Thanks so much for doing this. We'll do it again. So what a great show, everybody. Did you have fun tonight? Are we happy?
Oh yeah, very good.
Good. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week at 6 o'clock Pacific. We have a great lineup as well. Our special guest is going to be Jenny Zagrino, so come out to that one. And give it up one more time for all the people you saw tonight. The amazing comedians Justin Foster, Mateen, Camilla, and Morgan J. Have a great night. We have an amazing show in just 10 minutes, so tune into that. KHÓI Comedy, it's going to be a legendary show, so everybody tune in. Thank you so much for coming here, and we're about to shut this down in like 1 minute, so thank you so much. Woo. Yeah. Woo.
Let's see Camilla.
All right, no music, but we're we gotta close up shop anyways. Can we roll music for like 30 seconds? Oh, yeah, there we go. We did it. We did it.